Hello, my love. Welcome. This is going to be your love spell reading. I'm going to be doing a combination tarot and oracle reading for you. So I have the spread here. And the love spell is for you in particular. You want to look just at the energy of your love life and the path, pretty much. So the energy and the path is what we're going to keep that intention. So the decks I'm going to be working with are the Halloween Tarot, Halloween Oracle, and I believe I'm going to also use my Oracle of Nightmares. I'm going to see how this one feels and fits, and if it doesn't have a good feel or a fit, then I'll probably end up pulling another deck out, but let's just go with that so far. Okay, so go ahead and get comfortable. The love spell reading, it could be a little bit lengthy. Sometimes it could go up to half an hour or so. So just get comfortable. Make sure you have a pen and paper, something to write with. I do include a workbook in your email. So you feel free to print it out, and there's actual places where you can write notes in that workbook. And yeah, let's just get started. So I'm going to shuffle all of the cards first. This way I don't have to do that throughout the reading. So we are looking at your love life and intention for your energy of the love life. Just cleanse the cards. I'm staying away from lighting any incense and stuff because my sinuses have been a little bit irritated this week, so. Energy of your love life. Energy of your love life. All right. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to start off with the witch. You right now. So your energy, you right now. And we have the veil as well as the 8 of imps and the confusion card. Okay, so the veil and confusion really resonate a lot. Well, resonate a lot. Hopefully this will resonate, but they really blend together really well. So the veil or the future, and then we have confusion. So what I'm kind of seeing is your energy right now is showing there could be questions or confusion about the future. Confusion about the direction that you are headed as far as the love life goes. Not really sure what road to take. If you are dating, this could be not really sure how you feel about a particular person that's in your life. If you're in a relationship, this could just kind of be maybe you are being led to not focus so much on the future. You're not supposed to see what lies ahead. You're supposed to just kind of trust that you're going through the path and you're going through that journey organically, right? The confusion card could also be, because I don't know if you're in a relationship or not, so you didn't specify. Whoops. I knew that was going to happen. My little crystal. Okay. I feel like, so what I'll try to do is I'll try to read this both ways, as if you were in a relationship or not. So either way, there's a little bit of confusion or questions about your love life and the direction of where it's headed. And perhaps you focus too much on the future and too much of wanting to know what lies ahead and not enough time enjoying the present moment. And I say that because the 8 of imps or the 8 of wands came up. And usually this card is about moving forward, right? Progression forward at a fast pace. And I kind of see that card with these two to show that maybe you're in too much of a rush, okay? So too much of a rush right now with the energy of your love life, whether you're single or in a relationship. So this is, this is read both ways. But that maybe you're rushing too much into the future and worrying too much about the future, and you're too future focused that you're not enjoying the experience for what it is. You're not enjoying the present experience, and you're not living in the moment versus being too far into the future. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So the next position is the cauldron. So we're going to start to build our cauldron. And that is your hopes for this love. So your hope for your love life, your love path. And we have the spider, community, and web weaving. We have overwhelm. And we also have 5 of bats, or the 5 of swords. So your hopes with the love life, I feel, is you want something that is not overwhelming, okay? You want something that is more calm and more simple, because as soon as I pull these cards out, it's like nobody would want to be overwhelmed in their love life, right? So perhaps that this has been the energy of your love life experience so far. Maybe you've had rocky roads, right, with your past relationships and whatnot. And the 5 of swords to me is, you want a love life where you don't feel like you're left out, or you're the 5th wheel all the time, right? Maybe you want something, a companionship that you feel is even and balanced, right? The spider card, the community and web weaving, I feel is you want a love life where you feel connected, where you feel, that you can grow with this person, and that this person will come with their own friends, and you have your friends, and everybody just kind of creates that community energy. Everyone gets along kind of thing. So maybe you're looking for a love life where the family gets along with this person and vice versa, right? And you get along with their family. So I kind of see that too with your hopes for the love path. So we're going to build our cauldron, so to speak, by placing the cards in a way that, well, maybe I should just put this one at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to build our cauldron, and now we are going to add our ingredients to this cauldron. So put this back a little bit so you could see the whole table. All right, so now we're going to add our ingredients to the love spell. So we have the Eye of Frog, what you fail to see. What you fail to see. So we have the Hermit coming up. We have Illusion coming up. And we have Death card coming up. The eternal cycle begins here, Illusion and the Hermit. So for what you fail to see, that Illusion card it's kind of a creepy card. This whole deck is a little bit creepy, so just keep that in mind. But the Illusion card is, to me, I feel like you fail to see what is really there. Maybe you're in the fantasy part of your life too much, right? You dabble in the fantasy, the daydream state. The illusions might mean like maybe you see things that other people don't, which could be a good thing too. It's not just a negative. The Death card and the Hermit to me is also maybe you fail to see things in general. Maybe you are more of a hermit type of a person. Maybe you are more of a type of person that prefers, to be by yourself. And so you fail to see, your love life as a companionship, being able to be with somebody, to share your space with somebody. Maybe that's scary for you, perhaps. The Hermit card is very solitary. Okay, the Hermit card is used to being alone, is used to being super alone and independent, right? Which is not a bad thing. It just says that maybe you struggle with uniting your life and the interests that you have with another person. So merging that, maybe that's what that is, because death is also about change. So maybe you fail to see change, or you fail to embrace change and the merging of lives, and maybe that's where you get complications in your love life, in generally speaking. So that's one thing. The next ingredient is the puppy tongue, which is how to approach your love life, how to approach the love life. So we have the Skull of Light, we have Identity, and we also have the Four of Ghosts or the Four of Cups. So the first thing I will say, how to approach your love life, you need to be that beam of light, okay? This card says illumination. You need to stick out. You need to stand out more. You need to allow your true self to shine, okay? No hiding in the shadows. No hiding behind your lover's their own glamour and their own, you know, amazingness. Like, you have to be your own person, right? You need to be able to be your own person. And I feel like you need a relationship, whether you're in one right now or not, where that person is going to accept you and love you and allow you to be yourself. So I do see the Skull of Light saying you need to be able to shine in your own way in your relationship rather than hiding in someone else's shadow. Okay, that's a big thing for you. How to approach the love life also is with the Identity, same thing. Okay, you need to be your own person. And maybe these two cards are coming up because maybe you have a past of kind of blending with your lover and becoming more of their life and their path. I just saw 1111 on my video. So and 1111 is the beginning of something. It's the starting fresh and a new path kind of a thing. So maybe you have a past of being in your lover's shadow all the time versus you actually living your own, doing your own thing kind of stuff, you know, being your own person. And then the Four of Cups is saying that you need to approach love with actually taking initiative and taking action. So I see the Four of Cups or the Four of Ghosts as kind of saying, like, maybe you had opportunities or maybe people were asking you out and you just didn't feel that connection. So you kind of, you know, passed them along. That you didn't really take it as seriously as maybe you should have, right? Maybe you've passed up opportunities for a relationship or for, you know, going out and getting to know somebody because of fears. So that's another thing too, is how to approach your relationship or how to approach your love life is, you know, stepping outside of yourself. Don't be so afraid. Trying new things, be willing to try new things, be willing to take initiative, meaning, you know, being more of a leader in your love life, being more in control and allowing yourself to do things that maybe you normally wouldn't do, or date people. Maybe it's also dating people that are outside of what your type is, right? So trying to be with people who are different, you know. If you're in a relationship, then it could also be trying to bring different elements into your current relationship to make it more exciting. So trying to approach it from a different angle, getting out. So this is saying if you're in a relationship right now, breaking free from being in the same routine over and over again. Okay. Next we have the index finger, what direction to go from here. So what direction to go from here? We have Lady de los Muertos. We have Withdrawal, and we have the Hangman. Okay, so let's see what direction to go from here. Well, definitely not withdraw. So this card is kind of showing you, this deck seems to be bringing out the stuff that you shouldn't do for the most part. One, I'm saying do the opposite of withdraw, which is put yourself out there. Okay, so what direction to go is forward. Don't go back. Okay, not going backward, not becoming a you know, a hermit or being afraid of your own shadow, or like, how else do I see this card is like becoming a recluse. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to be a hermit, but if you really want to, you know, have more going on in your love life, we need to see more action taking place. Same thing with the Hangman. Okay, the Hangman can be, it's okay to be stagnant to an extent, okay? So the Hangman energy is kind of saying, like, what direction to do is kind of like stay put, but observe. So maybe, like, Spirit is telling you to open your eyes to see what is around you, who's around you, right? Especially if you're single right now. You know, do you have potential people that are out there that maybe you are interested in that you just haven't really taken notice of? If you're in a relationship, the Hangman is asking you to put yourself in your lover's shoes, changing your perspective on the way that you view the relationship, and maybe it'll help you be able to connect with them more because you are placing yourselves in their position, like in their shoes. So that's a really cool card to see for that position. The Lady de los Muertos, the message is acceptance and equality. I feel like this is, you know, the direction to go is one, accepting you for you, loving yourself. When you love yourself, you are then opening your heart to allowing someone else to love you. Okay. But I also see this card as equality, which is you need a lover who is on the same level or equal to you, right? You guys are equals, you're not in their shadow all the time, or you are not, you know, looking at them as being better than you. Like the relationship in itself is very equal or balanced. So I do feel like that's another direction to take, is like, don't withdraw to old habits, you know, break free from those old habits and don't go back into the past, but also look for a relationship that is balanced. And if you're in a relationship, but maybe let's say you guys aren't balanced, well, there you go. That's the direction you need to take, is to find more balance and stability in what you already have. And you can definitely start doing that by putting yourself in their shoes to see their perspective of the situation and where they're coming from. Okay. So that's more of like a grown-up approach with the Hangman, is to be able to see the direction of your relationship, or the way that your relationship looks through the perspective or the eyes of the other person. That's an adult, mature move to make, right? And so definitely, please excuse me, I have to blow my nose. Normally I don't like to blow my nose on video, but I don't want to stop the video. So I told you, my sinuses are like, I'm pretty sure I'm catching a cold. Okay, next we have the 3 beating hearts, the connection between you two. So 3 beating hearts, the connection between you guys. So we have the Owl card coming up, wise seeing, wise action, okay? The Truth, and the 10 of Ghosts. So wise seeing, wise action. I feel like the connection between you and your lover, if you're in a relationship, is there needs to be more observing. I'm just so drawn to the eyes of this card. More observing happening in this relationship. They're like I was saying with the Hangman, okay? Putting yourself in their shoes. The Truth card coming up is definitely showing me, you know, honesty is very, very, very important to you. That is what keeps a relationship very healthy, is honesty. And then we have the 10 of Ghosts, which is to me that community card again, with the spider, what we were talking about before. The 10 of Ghosts is the community card, but it's also closeness, it's family, it's, you know, everybody getting along. And I feel like that's really important to you in relationships, is that you have a good bond with the family, you have a good bond with the parents, you know, whatever. That's very important to you. The next beating heart, we have ancestors. Okay, so we were just talking about family. We have disquiet, and we have 7 of Imps, or 7 of Wands. So I feel like definitely another element of connection is you need that connection with family. So you definitely, the family connections are very important to you, whether this is a current relationship or not. You need that. So just like maybe it's also, you need maybe your family to accept your lover, even though technically, even if they didn't accept them, it's your choice. Like if you get to love who you love. So don't let that be, you know, the end all be all if your family doesn't accept a person or whatever. But it's nice to have everybody on the same page and everybody getting together. You know what I mean? So the ancestors. Then I see the 7 of Imps, the 7 of Wands, and the Disquiet card. I also feel like this is kind of saying, because 7 of Wands is usually a card about fighting obstacles, like people trying to come at you, and the Disquiet is just making me feel like shutting up, right? So I feel like this card is kind of saying, as much as the opinions and the support of family is important, it's also important that the connection with you and your lover is meant between you and your lover, right? That you shut out, you disquiet, you silence the outside opinions. So as much as you want family to be on the same page when you're in a relationship or in the relationship, you also need to remember that it stays within the circle, right? Between the two of you, not everybody else. And the final beating heart, we have the Mummy card, which is change. We have intuition. And we have the Queen of Bats or the Queen of Swords. So communication for sure, to intuition, trusting your gut, okay? You need a connection with somebody where it's very intuitive, or where the, you know, where your gut instincts are telling you, your intuition is telling you that this is a good match, okay? If you're constantly feeling like, if your gut is constantly telling you, no, this isn't a good thing, then you need to learn to trust that intuition, right? The Queen of Swords is communication, so a relationship connection where you can talk to that person, okay? Where you can communicate with one another. Relationships that are just like purely physical, but there's no communication, they may start out great at first, but eventually it's like you need more, right? And then the Mummy with change, I also feel like that's important too. As a quality, you're looking for a relationship, or you need your relationship to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Flexible. Whereas change isn't a big issue, right? Whether it's physical changes between you and your lover, or it's changes in the relationship, like in the activities that you guys do in your free time, or, you know, going places and stuff. You know, you need excitement, constant stimulation of that relationship to make it exciting, right? So I feel like that is also another thing, is that even if change were to happen in your relationship between you and your lover, you guys will still be able to adapt because you're both comfortable with that. Some people are just not comfortable with change at all. And if they're like that, and then the lover is more of a person who wants change, it's kind of like you're hitting a wall, you know? So that element is also going to be very good for you. And then finally, we have the potion, the final outcome of the love life. So we have the Trick or Treat card, Mischief and Play, the Ace of Imps or the Ace of Wands, and the Manifestation card. I love it. So I see, as a final outcome of the relationship or of your love life, I see beautiful things. I do see, you know, fresh new starts. I see positive changes. I see new opportunities. Now, if you're single, this is a lover coming in. You manifest that lover. You manifest that amazing, passionate bond to happen, right? If you're in a relationship, this is working on manifesting new passions to reunite you guys together and have mischief and play, where I see that as kind of like not just being strict in love, but also enjoying your guys' time together, having a fun relationship where it's not just rules and not just expectations, but it's also fun time too, where you guys can joke around together and just enjoy each other's time. So I do see a beautiful outcome with your love life, whether you're single or in a relationship. I hope that made sense. I hope that it didn't confuse you. I did my best to interpret this reading in both ways, because like I said, I'm not really sure if you're in a relationship or not. But I hope that you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you, my love. And I see good things. So your cards were really, really good. I just think that there's a couple things that maybe, you know, if you're not in a relationship, it's kind of like use those as guidelines to help you manifest and find the perfect mate for you. And if you're in a relationship, these are really good qualities to kind of aim for, to set as goals for the two of you to meet, you know, for a nice, positive, and successful relationship. So with that said, my love, this concludes your love spell reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. Anybody who is still watching this reading is it's available in my shop. It is part of the Halloween readings that I am offering through October 31st. So if you want to book one, go to the website. The link is in the description box. Check it out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.